So I do want to clarify. I'm getting some kind comments in the comment section as well as mean comments, and that's fine. Some people are saying, well, you are a little bit better or different from the others, that you don't disparage and you own your own biases. So I don't want to get anybody in trouble in terms of their comments. Well, I would say yeah to the latter, but the former, no. I mean, again, I'm a human. So I think if you push me too far, I think I am. It's fine to erase those kinds of comments that are just going to be brutal and insulting in demeaning. I think that's fair. But where do we divide the line? I don't know. And that brings us to Aaron. And yes, it's official. It is official. In fact, I think we're being generous. It could actually technically be 11,000, but 10,000 now is a safe number. He's lost 10,000 subscribers, which, given what he's done, is actually kind of a miracle. But then you see the numbers of people tuning in, and you can kind of see, yeah, the channel has really diminished from just even a year ago. But the loss of subs is a significant story unto itself. I don't even want to get into that. And I've done a few prediction videos on how Aaron responds to these various crises. And his usual tactic has been, which now is pretty stunningly not available, is he did this, he would get Natalie or Reese or Jenna and just put out a video with them and be like, see, these women support me. All of these are lies. These are lies. But he's lost Nora. Nora's out. Nora has nothing to do with him now. Jenna has formally dissolved their relationship. Even Reese is putting some distance, and she has formally resigned from the SPT Foundation. Where Natalie is, God only knows. So Aaron is, left with not many tricks in the bag. And I did do a prediction video on this because it is kind of a routine. But even I thought, like, that would be a little too crude. But he's done it. He's done it. He's doing a Tom Cruise video. Now, you want to do a Tom Cruise video, that is fine. If you literally do a Tom Cruise video, or if I do a Tom Cruise video, that is fine. Tom Cruise is what he is. He's doing a lot of propaganda for the church. He's done a lot of horrific things in church, but we also have to acknowledge, and I don't know why other people don't acknowledge this. I guess they just don't like his acting. He does good things. That's the paradox of Tom Cruise. He does do a lot of decent, good things for other people, but in the cult, he's a complete monster. But anyway, and Aaron actually said this in his quote response apology video, which I guess is why he took it down, because it would look a little bit too cynical. And I want to be careful not to misquote him, but he said, the goal of the channel is to be the nightmare of, yes, you guessed it, Tom Cruise. Now, I've studied Tom Cruise. I've read a lot of articles and books on the man. And we're not even going to get to his aesthetic work, which is, kind of mixed. Some great things, some not so good things, like The Mummy, which was horrifically bad, and one of his few rare flops. But is Tom Cruise really worried about Aaron Smith-Levin? Seriously? Is Tom Cruise's career in danger of Aaron? No. No one thinks this. No one with a brain would ever think this. Aaron is not on Tom Cruise's radar. At all. At all. And listen, it's a fact. Tom Cruise has people who hate him in Hollywood. They openly say, I think the guy's a weirdo. I think he's stupid. I don't want to work with him. And even there's people who are more moderate, like Jim Carrey, saying, yeah, I think you're a little crazy. I don't think we're going to do anything together. So he's not a sacred cow. You can criticize and make fun of Tom Cruise. It's been done. I did an old video, which got a little bit of traction, where someone frontally at the Golden Globes made fun of Scientology and its proclivity to kidnap its own members. So, yeah, he's not beyond getting criticized. So I think Tom Cruise is more worried about that somebody's going to make fun of Scientology at the Oscars than Aaron Smith-Levin, but that's just me. But it's just how ridiculous this has gotten that whenever Aaron gets in trouble, inevitably he does the same thing over and over and over again. Not a lot of people are diagnosing him. And I will be upfront, I am not trained in that. I've done a lot of research on that. I'm actually doing a lot of intense research now on narcissism. Not related to this, I'm actually looking at the Nazis, whether you can believe that. And it's pretty obvious that people like Hitler do suffer from narcissism. They think of themselves in these grandiose, like dramatized ways, and that's now a proven fact. We've got a lot of data that he was trained by actors, that he was coached, that a lot of what we see with the speeches it's clearly play acting. Now, I'm not comparing Aaron to him in any direct sense, but it's just sort of like Something you notice with Hitler as well is just, and this is with people who do suffer from narcissism and other psychological diseases and disorders, is they're stuck in a cycle. They can't ever seem to break a cycle. They just keep getting into this pattern that's very self-destructive. Right now, I'm not going to get into my own biography, but I do suffer from trauma. And I've tried to note this, that people who are traumatized, again, I'm being careful here. I don't think Aaron is a victim in that way, but he has suffered trauma, but he's not a victim even in the Nora sense. But victims of trauma seem to replicate the behaviors that created the trauma. And it's very hard to catch yourself and break the cycle and try to move on or try to find a new pattern or at least a new cycle that's more beneficial. But Aaron is like, I don't know. I don't know. Now, the good news is if he is stuck in a self destructive cycle, well, it is what it is. Eventually, it's going to self destruct to the point that nobody's going to be able to stand up for him. Even his most diehard loyal subscribers are going to be like, yeah, he's jumped the shark. He is gone. He is totally gone. He's on his own fantasy world. Nothing to do with Scientology, nothing to do with Tom Cruise. But I just find it amusing that the abuses of Tom Cruise are very real, but it's sort of like, at this point, you actually look what Tom Cruise did. And let's be honest, like the worst things he's done are really to his family. Like, Tom Cruise is looking A-okay here. I mean, good or bad, he divorced Katie Holmes. He divorced Nicole Kidman. He divorced his first wife, Mimi Rogers. There's a divorce. Now you could say and criticize how he relates to his children. Some of them are in the cult. His relationship with Suri. But the point is, at least the guy said, okay, fine, we're having a divorce. You go your way. I go my way. Aaron doesn't even do that. Like, where is he with Heather? Where is he? Like, they're clearly not really husband and wife in any real sense. Is she forced to stay there? She doesn't have enough money to leave? I mean, what is going on here? But at least with Tom Cruise, we have some clarity of where the situation is with his relationships, at least a little bit. And that guy's very secretive, very secretive. Like, we really don't know what's going on with Suri. We just don't. We don't know what's going on with Katie. But we have some few benchmarks. With Aaron, it is just complete la la land. I mean, just this whole year, he put on this whole show with Jenna exposed that for whatever reason he wanted Jenna and Heather on camera talking to one another. See, guys, it's okay. My Heather and my Jenna are talking. You need to stop these hate videos. You need to stop. You need to start obeying Aaron's again. And I'm like, well, Jenna has admitted she's just being polite because it just would have been weird for her to be like ignoring Heather. But I was like, that's not what she was there for. She was hopefully there for resolving their differences. But Aaron couldn't help himself. He just turned into a media spectacle and media circus. And it's just like, well, good on Jenna. Hopefully she's out of the circus. Maybe she will stay with the SPT Foundation, but she's going to keep her distance, which I think is advisable for everyone, because clearly he just wants to decline, and take as many people with him, which, there is a very direct parallel to Hitler. If I'm going to go down, we got to go down big time in flames and just destroy the whole thing. But even Hitler, as much as crazy and destructive as he was, there was a reason behind it. And I'm reading this data, and it's actually pretty interesting that he thought that actually would work, that destroying Germany in a weird way would allow it to resurface as a stronger nation. Okay, that's pretty stupid. And I'm guessing maybe Aaron has similar thoughts. To destroy the movement, I have to save the movement. And to save the movement, I'm destroying the movement. Well, no, I think you're just destroying yourself. And if you want to destroy yourself, hey, it's your life. You go right on ahead, and I will look at the video. I will give it a chance. But at this point, really? Really? We're down to Tom Cruise all over again? Is that every time he gets in trouble? Now, let's talk about the evil of Tom Cruise. We'll talk about the evil of Tom Cruise. But here's the thing. Tom Cruise divorced his wives. If you don't want to be with Heather and you want to do this other thing, maybe you want to start there. Start at the basics of Tom Cruise before you criticize him. Maybe start there.